Hello there. In this video I'm going to be talking about one of the most disputable issues in the game. Is Sylas right or wrong? What most people think why Sylas was in jail is that there's a place called Demacia, and they don't tolerate mages there. Sylas is a mage, so they put him in jail. No, that's wrong.
The hate of mages of Demacia dates back to the days which Demacia was not yet established. And the reason of hate of mages is fear. Because Demacia was established by people who survived the Rune Wars, their friends, family and everyone they knew were murdered by mages. Their homes were destroyed by magic, and there were still mages after their heads. They managed to survive the war and find the Petricite Grove, where magic is absorbed, so they happily built their homes there. So, Demacians grew a grudge against mages. In Demacia, Sylas was born to a poor and low-class family who loved the Empire. His family was so patriotic that they reported their own child to mage seekers, who collected people and objects with magical powers. If someone can accept to be separated by their own child just because he is a mage, that means it is beyond hatred. It is a tradition to keep mages locked for the folk's safety. Because if that power is abused, the consequences would be terrifying. To make it clear, I will give an example in real world. Imagine you woke up and left home to go to work, like most people, and there are 10 people walking in the same street, but 2 of them got rocket launchers in their hands. Would you feel safe? I guess you would say no. Of course, there are people who use magic for good reasons, like making the soil more fruitful with a magical touch, or healing sick and injured people instantly, but there's no guarantee that nobody will abuse their powers. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Demacia is right to arrest kids who are not even aware of their powers. Now, let's get back to Sylas.
Mage seekers came and took Sylas with them after his family reported him, but instead of locking him in a cage, they figured out they could use Sylas. Because unlike other mages, Sylas could sense magic in other people. However, being used as a tool by mage seekers made Sylas happy. He thought that he got a chance to serve his empire by locating other mages, just to take them away from their family and lock them in a cage. He was proud of what he was doing until one day he realized something. He could sense glimmers of hidden magic among wealthy and royal people. While the poor were punished for their afflictions, the elite seemed above the law. Sylas was disturbed and worried about the situation, and his thoughts started to change. After some time, Sylas, some mage seekers, and his mentor encountered a mage living in hiding in the countryside, but she was just a little girl. Sylas felt pity for her and tried to shield her from mage seekers. Although all he wanted was to protect the little girl, things didn't go as he wanted. When Sylas accidentally touched her, he collected her magical power, and overloaded magic led to explosions. And it resulted in the death of 3 people, including his mage seeker mentor. Sylas got scared. He knew he would be accused of murder, and he was right. They found him, arrested him, and threw him in jail. Not doing anything wrong doesn't mean you're right, and that sentence literally describes Sylas' situation. The magic seekers were the faulty ones. The father of that little girl just wanted to live a peaceful life, away from society, so that mage seekers wouldn't disturb them. But mage seekers went to their home, broke their door and tried to take her. Sylas didn't let them because he actually was a good person, until he was thrown in jail. Sylas made an army of mages. He even went to Freljord and convinced people to join him. That is why this skin exists, by the way. And he killed so many civilians. I mean, yes, mage seekers sucked. Demacia was horrible at securing the justice, even though how much the royal Demacians were obsessed with it. But killing civilians should never be the way. The look on Lux's face explains everything here. The person she liked a lot turned into a monster. After the long time he spent in jail, the good personality of Sylas just faded away. It became as evil as the people he hated. When he got out of jail, Sylas became another big problem for Demacia. Besides marauders, Noxian spies, and the colonies manipulated by LeBlanc, and maybe more. There is a theory of mine. The reason Mate Seekers ruined the Empire could be because of LeBlanc. On this official LeBlanc picture, we can see a Mate Seeker in contact with her. Considering she's not really fond of Demacia, she may want to create a chaotic atmosphere in there. Sylas was very young. When he was jailed, like most of the other mages, Sylas was right to be revengeful. What were Demacians thinking? They would eventually break out of prison when they learn how to use their powers anyway. There's a lot more to talk about, like how Mate Seekers probably killed Jovan III and blamed it on mages, how Mate Seekers tortured the captives, how Royal Demacians ruined their own country, and their favoritism shown towards them. But I think I should stop here. In my opinion, both Sylas and Demacia are wrong. The reason Sylas is wrong is that he saw how jerkish the Mate Seekers were, so instead of attacking the civilians, attack Mate Seekers. I'm pretty sure Lux wouldn't mind it. But Demacia is more wrong. Actually, not Demacia, but Mate Seekers. Because the last thing Jovan III wanted to do was to get rid of Mate Seekers, but Mate Seekers killed him for that. I mean, most probably. So this is the end. Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for watching.